Hey, everybody. This is, let me see a transcript, your very first history teacher, on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm getting a little bit more of my voice back. Um, Still taking medicine, resting. I just came from the pharmacy to pick up some my medication. And I just wanted to come on here because I've been watching some videos. Oh, here you go. Sorry. And um, that's come across my timeline on my news feed. And then also get suggestions from YouTube. So, and also been looking at some videos from last week too that I'm very concerned about. And this is why I'm doing this video now. There are some Black women, as you know, who are called divesters. These are Black women who feel that, for the most part, they have given up on Black men, either because of some prior experience, research, what they have observed, heard, or have actually experienced with certain Black men. Whether it was their father, their brother, their cousin, their teacher, someone they dated, it has been like, being married to Mr. in the color purple or oh, Mr., you know. And unfortunately, they see Black men, all Black men, really, as the oppressors of Black women or the Black community. Now, Cynthia G says she's not a divester. She just wants Black women to make better choices than Black men. But unfortunately, I've seen the people in her comments, a lot of them are divesters. Some have come over here. Hello, you're welcome. Thrown in the chat. Now, there is another consecrated I do follow who is a divester, and she was very plain. She made a video about it. It actually made me very sad. But based on her experiences, I can definitely see why she's a divester. She was in a cult, as you know, run by Black men. Later, she left the cult. Then she had a relationship with another Black man, domestic violence. So, um, in her interactions with Black men on YouTube, has been very negative. So, it's understandable. Do I agree with them? It depends. Cynthia G says, yes, Black women should make better choices. Heck, we should make better choices. But do I need her to remind me every time I come on his YouTube? No. Um, is she gonna get some examples? Yes. Okay. Um, then again, there's Black men in the manosphere who feel like, hey, Black women, um, y'all not realistic. They're putting a good Black men out here. Um, y'all standards are too high. Y'all want a high value man and you're not a high value woman. Okay. All right. I get that. Do I need to constantly hear that every time I come on the internet? I don't think so, but hey, some people might need to hear that. Okay. But what really makes me sad, now I'm gonna say this, I love black men. I do. I love y'all. I get on my nerves sometimes. Yeah. And unfortunately, statistically, y'all have a habit and a pattern of reinforcing black patriarchy, black patriarchy, which is really white patriarchy just wrapped in chocolate in our community. Yes, black men, you want us to be, black women to be submissive, to follow you. Okay, great. Can you be our protector? Yes, okay, great. I'm one of the women like, hey, all right. But these and some scrubs out here who are pretending to be the real black men or the black men who have value, and they are wearing y'all uniforms, where it's temporarily or after a few months. Okay. Some of y'all are acting like, black version of incels. Black y'all think the black women are all the problem, cause all your problems. And we're wrong. You blame us for listening to the white feminists. And the white feminists, some of them blame us for listening to the black man. Hey, we love black men. By the way, most black feminists love black men. We want black men. We just want to be treated fairly by black men. We don't want you trying to do what Harpo did in The Color Purple. He could have been happy with Sophia if he wasn't trying to act like his daddy. Okay? Okay? Now, that being said, and I probably could go on with another dissertation, another 20, 30 minutes on this. What I'm trying to get to this black woman here, who may or may not be some black man's desire or version of a high value woman, I'm not their preference, because they may want to either date outside their race or another gender. But nonetheless, I support black men. I believe black men. And until I get some other evidence why, I'm still going to believe black men. Black men need protection too. Black boys need protection too. We should support black boys. Okay? Tyre Nichols, we just found out, which happens a lot when a black man dies in the hand of cops, whether they're black or white. There begins to be a smear campaign. Oh, he should have complied. Oh, he was moving. Okay. Then it went to, oh, he was sleeping with one of the cops. Why? Y'all said the same, something similar to George Floyd. Okay. Both of them yelled out mama. Mm-hmm. Yes, Miss E, a lot of black men are colored, so are, I'm finding out, a lot of black women are too, but not a lot. But I totally understand. Please hit the like button. Hey, Betty Yellick. Y'all come on in. Please hit the like button. What I'm trying to get to is this. I'm tired. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about, like I said, about smear campaigns on victims of police violence, or even victims in period. There's an attempt to smear their name, like to say that they deserved it. I think because we've had since the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and now because of the Me Too movement, we know better that we should treat female victims. We should believe them. We should not make it seem like it's their fault, because that was the standard back in the day. In some community, that is. Oh, you're doing too fast. Oh, what was she wearing? Oh, what was she doing? Why were you over there? Not getting the responsibility on the person who perpetrated the um, crime or action. And what I'm noticing is we do have a double standard when it comes to Black women when they are victims compared to white victims. Now we're having it when the male victims when the when the victims are Black males. Terry Crews said another man touched him at a party. And people came on and said, well, Terry Crews was really big. How come he didn't hit that man? Terry Crews was a retired football player. He probably could have killed that man and went to jail. What was y'all gonna do then? Oh, that's really sad. What happened to him? That man got a new job. I forget how many kids he got, wife and kids. So he had to think in that moment, okay, do I knock the hell out of this white boy who's friends with a lot of people in this room, or I just figure out how to get out of this situation, which some women have to do. We learned that um, with that documentary about what's that man name? Um, Russell Simmons. He cornered some women, okay, and they had to make decisions, let themselves be abused, or try to get the hell out of there. We had, unfortunately, Hassan Campbell and this other young man. They said African Bambaataa abused them. Other people have said African Bambaataa. Yeah, he likes little boys. And everyone say, oh, well, why didn't they fight back? Why did they run away? Or why did they go back to their abuser? Because they got groomed, made to feel special, made to be protected, made to feel like the relationship, because some of y'all are saying, oh, they were 16, 17 years old. Oh, that's a relationship. Ain't no grown ass person had no fucking relationship. To me, that is consensual with someone who either can't drive, can't vote, or can't drink. Now, certain states, they're going to have whatever their consent laws are. But trust and believe, those consent laws doesn't mean what the action they're doing is right. It just means it's legal. Like I said before, protect Black boys, protect Black male teenagers, protect Black men. Okay? LaVontraye was between the ages of 14 and 18 years old, or 17 years old. And for the last 2 weeks, people have been talking about, oh no, he wasn't 14 and 15 like he said when it started. Now, when he said the abuse started. He said it 2 years ago on Darren Moore's show. He said it again on Bishop Whitehead's Instagram Live. And he said it during Tasha K's interviews. But everybody else would have heard like, oh no, he was born in 1990. So that means this year, when he talked about this particular incident, he was 16. In the state of North Carolina, 16, that means it was legal. Guess what? It still was immoral. It still was a position of an adult in authority who had a lot of influence, not only as another older Black man, but also as a pastor. Why nobody saying that? But y'all want to go with, oh, they just really had, no, that's really, they just really had, he just really had a crush on him. in a relationship and he couldn't do anything. And I'm just like, you know what? Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. And let me say this right here. I believe LaVontraye and I still do. But I'm gonna say this. Your mama did you a disservice. When she said, when she found out what they said that it was on you, my first ass would have been back on the motherfucking plane. I would have went up to Larry Reid. I would have busted him inside the motherfucking head. You don't touch my goddamn kid. Jesus would really have to come back to hold me back. I'm sorry. It really makes me think, damn, was this really a cult? Like y'all, like people been saying? You was out doing missionary work and left your child with a predator? What kind of hold did they have on you? But that's his mama, not mine. So I wasn't there. But this is how I feel about some stuff. Adults out here, when you say, oh, touch, if it was going up, oh, stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. Tell an adult. And it's like every time I hear something, especially when it comes from the black family or the black community or the black church, a kid tells somebody and they don't be believed. And then you want to know why the kid is promiscuous, ran off, gay or lesbian, or had children out of wedlock, can't keep a job down, on drugs, alcoholics, or in and out of a mental institution, or in and out of jail. Because the people that were supposed to protect them didn't do their motherfucking job. And then when they dare come out now, after getting their stuff together, they have help from a new church, okay? Because there's some better churches out here who actually are helping some people. Went to therapy, got some medicine, went back to school, trying to restore relationships, and they come out here and tell that story so they can help somebody else. And people say, well, why are they telling that now? Why didn't they say it back then? Because damn it, they didn't have the power to or the voice to. That's why the hell they're coming on the goddamn social media. What is wrong with some of y'all out here? It is so frustrating. Well, why are they telling all this business? They should go to the police. Damn it, how many times black folks go to the police and ask to get justice? What the fuck you think everybody out here marching with posters that say Black Lives Matter? Huh? Why are people trying to get the attention of celebrities who have a bigger voice and a bigger platform to get justice? Look what happened in Shanquella Robinson case. It was on social media first. It wasn't until it actually, the regular news picked it up. Then all of a sudden now we have the FBI in North Carolina has opened an investigation. And then on the Mexican side, the Attorney General's office over there issued a warrant. So all these people keep saying like, well, why are you going on social media? Because guess what? It's called a grassroots effort. Share the damn video. Sign a petition. Speak up when other folks say something stupid. Damn. And some of y'all come out now after the person did this, and you say, oh, they should have said something back when it happened. What they did. And guess what? In Jimmy Battle's case, he's on the far right of my screen. He told his pastor. He told his pastor. Did she do something about it? And by the way, it was by another black man in church who was a pastor. I guess I got to say allegedly, George Bloomer, Bishop George Bloomer, who also is friends with Archbishop Ebenor Jordan, whose mentee happens to be Larry Reid, who himself is accused of molesting LaVontraye Edwards. Believe black men, support black men, and protect black men, especially when they're young. Hey, Leonard, Shonda, both wife O'Leary. When Jimmy Battles came out here, I'm sorry, I might get emotional, came out here and told you what did to him, y'all were like, oh, he was 19. That's an adult. Oh, that's an adult. Grown. I was 19 years old. I thought I was grown too. I wasn't. That girl named Jordan that married that 64-year-old bishop, she's 19 as well. Do you think she's really grown enough, mature enough to be married to a 64-year-old man? Just because it's legal doesn't make it right. And I'm sorry. In that case, all cases, it's wrong. And you church people, you're supposed to know better. And what gets me is when I hear, unfortunately, I expect other men not to believe other men. But then when I also see women espouse the same thing, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Y'all not believing black men? And you know how black women are treated when we're not believed? Like, come on, really? And to see women and men with education, degrees and stuff, fighting over, arguing with other folks who barely got a high school diploma, convince them about some goddamn math. That's what kills me. And it becomes some type of um become some type of legal scholar because you read some articles, you read a book. Give me a break. And it's so obvious by the person that's being accused who comes into your chat and sends you a cash app that you're being paid to side with them. People are not dumb. They can see, they can read. When Daryl did this story 2 years ago, the same people are y'all going to parking lot thought as wonder. Y'all know him as Consciouz TV. It's the same shit he doing now. It was him and Andrea Garrison, or y'all know it's Breaking the Culture of Silence. It was them two on this PR team. Then he had two more on this PR team for a while. Then they broke off and did their own thing. Then here come Knocc Media because he I guess CTV contracted out for him. He's over here supporting Larry Reid, but also what he's doing, he's smearing the names of the victims, and he's smearing Darren Moore and those of us who support him. And look at what I'm looking at 2 years later, deja vu. Now we know a face and a name to one of the accusers. And CTV out here windmilling still. Knocc Media said him and CTV ain't cool no more, but he over there doing whole fucking videos in support of Larry Reid. I'm like, damn, is Larry Reid got him on the payroll too? What's going on? He ain't been active on his channel for months. All of a sudden this past week, he doing Larry Reid content. Defending Larry Reid. 50 people in the chat. Really? Hey, Christopher David. Hey, St. Hudson. Where did Sharell's world come from? Ain't seen you here 2 years ago. Oh, but I heard you got a $500 super chat. There's another YouTuber that I follow. Really like her. I'm so disappointed. But I heard someone say, "Oh, Larry Reid is a friend of the channel." Really? Wow. I believe LaVontraye said in the last episode that Reid feels that Larry Reid feels, this is what LaVontraye said now, that if you're a loyal or a friend to Larry Reid, you got to be out here defending him. You got to be out here defending him. And I'm seeing case after case. That's what I'm seeing. Larry gets interviewed with Storm and Armand. Don't Armand live on the West Coast? So he got a flight to Atlanta for the interview. I guess CTV wasn't a good enough person on the PR squad. He needed two more people. Or did he just pick them two because that would piss, Tasha K off? What is it? What was it? I'm just trying to understand why people who have been telling the same story and haven't had to waver in the story are having people who obviously have a bias, and we see it and hear it and can look at it, convince other people that what they see is not what they see. What they hear is not what they hear. I just don't understand. Y'all like, oh, where's the investigation? Well, a police report was turned in 2018. Have they tried? Guess what? It's still up to the police to do an investigation, right? Right? I just don't understand it. I understand about thinking critically. I understand about looking at receipts. I understand about if you don't believe the accusers, okay. That's your opinion. But if we out here are believing Black women when they say a preacher did something to them, and we're like, hey, we need to believe them. No one believed them the first time. Let them come on this platform to let them have a voice. Then we should give the Black men the same opportunity. Has anyone asked the victims, like, hey, what do you need help with? I think it was Bishop Whitehead was the first one to offer help. Well, offer legal help, excuse me. Darren was the first to offer help to LaVontraye and other men. Bishop Whitehead was actually say, hey, I'm going to help you get a lawyer. I know a lawyer. You have to get a lawyer. That's why he was able to answer Larry Reid's lawsuit that he withdrew because of the wrong jurisdiction. We'll see if Larry is going to refile or not. Because I heard he was once the series was off. We'll see. Do we need to contact the North Carolina Police Department and say, hey, are y'all still investigating this case? Is anybody sending them information? I mean, I don't know. All the people want to say they should let the law handle it. That's why you come on social media. So you can get the masses to also contact those people too. Like I said, having Shanquella Robinson case. What did you say? Right, Emil. And that's what knock off me. He keeps saying, "Oh, y'all just mad. Larry has this. Larry has that. Larry has money. He's gonna sue all of y'all. Y'all are not really investigative journalists. So you're not investigative journalists either. And we know rent is due. Mm-hmm. I just need y'all to understand something. And this is actually something Dr. Blue said this morning. And she was so right. She said, you know what? For a lot of y'all out here, y'all are watching this either for the first time, the second time, and this is entertainment for y'all. This is entertainment. This is y'all reality show. This is y'all soap operas. Growing up, when we got sick at home, we was watching Young and the Restless on the sofa with our aunties and our uncle and our aunties, our mamas, or our grandma. Thank you, Shonda Chris. Why can't you just believe point blank and period? And a lot of y'all think like it's just so easy to just go like down to the police department and like fill out a report and stuff. I think I saw one pastor, Bishop Senegal. He helped male victims from the Hannibal Church, uh, Christ Apostolic Temple number 2 in Hannibal, Missouri. He assisted the young men and took them to escorted them to the police department so they can make a report. Sometimes you just need to go there to be a help to somebody. It's hard when you gotta do it by yourself. There's still people in the black community say, "Oh, don't talk about it. What is this gonna solve? Oh, you're gonna embarrass us. Oh, don't do this. Oh, you trying to ruin that man," like Uncle Timothy Blaine said. He said something to past Jay Wilson about LaVontraye's age. The way some of y'all acting, understand there are at least two more victims. This is what some of y'all are doing to LaVontraye. You think the second one wants to come out here? Gotta be all underneath this scrutiny with a face and a name? Do y'all understand that? That the alleged predator is hoping that you and your point of view and you supporting these certain content creators, that it will help the story to die and go away. See, when you're just watching the story, it's entertaining. When you're in the story, it's not. It's entertaining. It's not entertaining. Sometimes it's draining. And let me say this as far as Tyre Nichols. Like I said, smear campaign. So the newest one, which is actually based on something that's true, they found his old tweets. And it seems that I guess he has a preference for white girls or non-black women. And I guess there may be some photos or something of him. And so now some people are like some of the Divesters, some of the, I've I've seen Nyla's I actually like Nyla. I like her husband's past too. I like some of their. I watched their video. Um, but I was surprised that she would kind of agree with Cynthia G on this. Um, about black women. Like, should we be supporting someone like Tyre Nichols when we know how he felt about black women? And I think it's a discussion that could be had. But I feel like right now, his mother, who's a black woman, she's the one that asked for support and getting justice or what happened to her son. So I feel like and I'm having this internal struggle because I'm like, okay, the black feminist in me is like, they got a point. Should we be defending someone who we're not their preference in the black community? Is that other YouTuber who said, "Hey, I'm divesting from all the black men because I've had no problems with all these black men. I'm leaving them alone. Should I divest away from the black men who don't want us? So when they get in trouble, let their preference come help them out, you know?" But I'm not that type of black feminist. Like I said, I love black men. I'm not a divester. Okay, I'm actually more of what's called a black womanist, but that's a whole other term and a whole other discussion for another day. Okay, I love black men. I just don't want to get, I don't want you trying to overrule me like Harpo did Sophie in the Color Purple. Okay, I'm a good black woman. You're a good black man. Let's be good together. Hey, you want to lead the relationship? Okay, I'm gonna follow you, but can we be equally yoked? Can we be on the same page about at least where we're going, what we're gonna do? I'm there to support. But for me in this case, I don't care if he didn't like black women, he didn't date black women. His mama and his daddy got up here on this internet, tears and crying, and asking black community for help because they wanted to know how come their son who went to the hospital and 3 days later he is dead. So you other black feminists out there in the Divesters, can y'all at least for his black mama's sake at least want to ask for justice for him? Damn. Can we have this other discussion about his goddamn tweets another damn time? I feel like it undermines what is trying to be accomplished. And I really do think there are people who want, to smear the victim, which they do. They always going to find some stuff so that they can get support away from getting justice for him, for his family. Do you not understand we walking right into that? Come on now. Should the discussion be had? Yes. But do we want to be really out here making arguments, probably for some racist white folks, or some people who are all about Blue Lives Matter to make the case like, oh, look, he died and he got beaten and he don't look at all those women out, black women out there, and they're just and he didn't even like them. He was a horrible person. He didn't even like his own. Is that what we want to talk about right now? And then we want to make sure that the other two cops that were there, who were not white, who were not black, get fired and charged too. And they're hanging up on Tyre Nichols' previous tweets. Come on, what is the priority? Can we support the black man? And now, guess what? He's deceased. Hell, he can't even tweet no more. Do we really gotta have a whole video about his goddamn tweets? Do we really got to have a video about that? No. Do you have the right to make a video about that? Sure, go right ahead. But here on the Let Me See Your Transcript channel, let me see your transcript. I support black men. Tyre Nichols, whether I was his preference or not, or any other black woman's preference or not, guess what? Deserves justice. And I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep sharing his mama, dad, and the lawyer video. I'm gonna share the petition. I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna do my little part. Put my video in the algorithm. So hopefully the Divesters or whoever the hell else, when my video hopefully gets right next or underneath Nala G or Cynthia G and all of them, they at least get to say, what is this? Let me see your transcript. Oh, she got that Tyre Nichols on her. She support black men. Hey, don't he not like, black women and the white? Let me go see what she got to say. That's the fucking what I want. Okay. All right. Support black men. I support black men. We need to believe them too. If we're doing it when it's a black female or any female victim, why can't we give it to black men too? And some predators, actually a lot of predators, are banking on the fact that we don't believe them. So even if they come to us, we don't believe them. And guess what? The 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 person keeps getting abused. Do you not understand this? The person keeps getting abused. They get away with what they did. And this is my question to all y'all who want to believe, George Bloomer or Larry Reid live and things of that nature. If they start, I think Bloomer still has a brick and mortar church. If Larry Reid gonna start a brick and mortar church, you gonna take your sons up there? You taking your children up there? Is he about to be your spiritual leader? All y'all out here windmilling for him? Friends of your channel? Those of you getting the super chats from? Or cash apps? Or, quick likes and views because you're over here supporting him and stuff? Are y'all okay? So when he has his next conference or next event, you're gonna bring your kids with you? Huh? Show me you're a real supporter now, huh? Or you just saying something to be saying something on this goddamn internet because the people you really don't like are actually telling the truth against someone you actually kind of like. Come on now. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Yeah, and I'm just I probably shouldn't be talking and save my voice. Let me go drink some hot tea. But I'm just trying to find out, how is it the people who are speaking the truth, stories not changing, are being questioned by people who keep lying or keep changing everything. Right, better yet, I'm just trying to understand. Yesterday, I went into a chat of a content creator I like, but unfortunately, they had someone on the panel I didn't like, and I couldn't stay because they were up there repeating the same shit that they have been saying for the past 2, 3 years. They wanted everybody to believe their story of them being wrong by a mess. But now they over here casting doubt on LaVontraye. And I want to say they may have cast doubt on Jimmy Bounce before. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. And I'm trying to figure out this out. Well, damn, if we, I just don't get it. We were supposed to believe you, but we can't believe Jimmy, Levant, and LaVontraye? What kind of shit is that? I just, I had to leave. I said, I can't. And had people's attention. And I kept saying this, but see, it's not new to me. It's new to the group. See, that's what goes on too. I want to get some of these people who are new to the story. I'm actually thinking about doing another video, but it's going to be so long, and I'm going to really need my voice for it. I want to take you through these ministers and their connections to Larry Live. They all got some commonalities together that is really disturbing to me, because you're supposed to be men of God, you're supposed to be leading people, but I don't know. Are you a prophet, prophet, or you're just in it for the profit, profit? When are we gonna believe Jimmy and LaVontraye? We're gonna wait till, you know, their accusers are on an episode of Dawson and Denise, Seiko Woods, Hood Evangelist. Uh, they already been featured on Miss Furlow Speaks and my channel, and there are more. Mm-hmm. And Matt Church, when he had his channel, it'll probably be back on there when his channel comes back. I'm just trying to figure out what we gonna what y'all gonna say then when y'all see Larry Live and Bishop George Bloomer on an episode of Dawson and Denise or Dawson Speaks. What you gonna do then? Like, oh man, I didn't think y'all better than I say a goddamn thing. Cause we told you. See, that's what, if you read the Bible, I'm gonna probably not be on too long, but read your Bible. What did prophets? Lady, please don't hit me. Okay, she's part. I'm trying to get at the problem. I want to know something. In the Bible, the prophets, PHETS, were people who went to warn other people to turn away from their wicked ways. If not, God's gonna come and do something. Now, some of these prophets today, they try to say stuff like they're tapped into the metaphysical, the spiritual world. There's a whole someone had a whole conference. Oh, that's before so there's a prophetic conference happening. And I was like, what the heck is a prophetic conference? Okay. Then there's a prophetic college, gotta talk about that another day. And I'm thinking like all these prophets, I'm talking about you, uh Prophet Brian Corn, they getting up there telling people uh basically to me doing what psychics do. I thought prophets were supposed to warn you to get you back on the right path. I'm just saying. So some of us out here are actually acting like the prophets, or maybe we're the true prophets. I don't know. Maybe not be sacrilegious or blasphemous. And we are warning people. Stop supporting someone who has possibly, allegedly abused other people in their community or in their church. Why can't y'all understand that? Why can't you understand that? Why? You think they're the only ones God called? Huh? Are you in their cult? Like what they say is higher than what God says? I'm trying to understand here. I need some of y'all to ask God to to bless you with wisdom of Solomon and the spirit of discernment. Because I think some of y'all, either y'all can't see it, you don't want to see it, and you seem to be more upset at the people pointing it out to you than the people who are actually doing the wrong. Tell me what's going on, people. Some people say I'm not in the black church sector, but I've been to church. I don't read the Bible every day, but I read the Bible. I've been to Sunday school. And see, and for those of you who are Catholic, see RCIA class, CCE class. Okay. If not, I go find one of my little religious friends. Okay. Because some of them, they ministers or they priests or they in the church. I'd be like, hey, what does this? Can you help me with this? Because I don't understand. This is what the Bible say, but then I'm looking at these people here, and it don't match. It don't match. But I want to go. Thank you, Betty Yellock, for being an outstanding mod today. Thank you, Shonda Christmas, Leonard Emil Taylor, Christopher David, St. Hudson, Miss E, Boatwife O'Leary. Um, anyone else I may have missed? Those of you who are watching in the bushes, those you're going to watch the replay. I'm going to say this. I just want you to do this for me. Can we believe black men when they say that they have been touched inappropriately? Can we have an empathetic and a sympathetic response to that? They deserve justice. They deserve our support, and they deserve us to believe them until we get some real evidence that tells us otherwise. I don't know any intelligent black male in 2023 who gonna come out here and say that they were touched by a minister when they were a teenager and willing to be up on under all this scrutiny. For what reason? It's not like, somebody that I read about, they got mad because, someone else, they minister boo decided to, not choose them to be the first lady. And they got mad and went and told everybody that the man was, you know, fooling around with her and them and everyone which way and using, the church funds to fund their, escapades, you know, that tore the whole church in half. Oops, I'm sorry. I think, oh, I want to, I'm just saying. I'm like, allegedly. I'm sorry. Oh, but according to her, they say I think what she say? Oh, they said that I broke up his church, but I didn't. But I tried to. Okay, all right. But y'all want to have an audience. Y'all want to listen to her talk about she don't believe this black man against her little friend. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, but those of you who know, you know. All right. So this is let me see your transcript. Your very favorite history teacher. Gonna go get me some hot tea and lay down for a little bit. Um, y'all pray for me. I'm being a little sick, so just going back home. Me and boy, like I said, I was at the boy, me in the car just came from the pharmacy, and then I went and got him and me an ice cream cone. He ate it. He wolfed it down. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. But I want y'all to listen. I'm gonna leave y'all with this song, a lyric from even though I got some issues with her too, I'm finding out. The great Shirley Caesar. She has a song. I'm trying to think. Did B Slade produce it? It's called "Who's Telling Lies?" But I know the truth. Who's been telling lies? Cause I know the truth. Okay. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening. Okay. Bye.